Hi, class. My name is Latanya Sneed, and I want to give my viewpoint on the question for our discussion board. Does political parties or special interest groups hinder or encourage my participation in political activity? So I'll start off by just sharing that when I was young, I never saw my parents vote, never saw them go to the polls. We didn't really talk politics in my home. So when I was young, that wasn't, of special interest to me. So didn't really think about it. But as I got older, as I began to have children, wanted to set that example for them, and also didn't want to be that person that talked about, change needing to be made, but I never went to the polls to vote for that change. So I did begin to vote. I don't really completely agree with 100% agree with one party over the other. I think that there are different aspects of each political party that's good and bad. But I don't necessarily agree 100% with one party over the other, although I am swayed more by one party, but not 100%. I feel that um, today's political climate is more about attacking the character of the candidate versus discussing or debating the policies or the things that need to be put into effect for our citizens. Um, I often feel like that it's a click thing. It's about who you know, how much money you have, the influence that you have, the special interest groups that back you, and not really about the people. Um, what would I want to see from political groups or special interest groups? First, lead by example, not doing one thing, saying one thing, and doing another thing. I would like to see less hostility between our candidates or our political parties, and not inciting dissension among the parties. I would like to see the parties care about all the people and not just the people that resonate with that particular party. When you are being elected to an office, you should um, care about the care and concerns of all of your constituents, and not just those that's gonna be your cheerleaders, so to say, in your foolishness, if I could say it like that. Also, I know that money is the base for a lot of things in our political scene, but I know that that's not something that we can probably change. But I think it was David that's talked about how politicians are becoming rich off the backs of their constituents, and I just feel like as elected officials, you should care more about your people. You should care more about those that are voting you into office, and not always about the money or how you can, gain more power. What can you do when you're in office with that power that you have to change the lives of the people that voted you into that office? Um, what could parties say or do to get me more involved? Well, I would probably say on the federal level, there's not much more that can be said or done at this particular point. That may change in the future. To get me more involved outside of doing my due diligence to vote. But I think for me, change starts on the local level. And that's where I've begun to, start my change, making sure I'm listening to the candidates, making sure I'm getting out to those town hall meetings, engaging with the leaders. Just today, through my job, was out in the community with one of our elected officials, addressing the concerns of energy efficiency and uh, emergency preparedness with the community. So, getting involved in things like that, where I feel like my voice would probably matter a lot more than on the federal level. What are some of the things, the what are some of the um, things that I would want to become more involved in? I would probably say veteran affairs would be one of them. My son did serve in the Navy. I do have veterans in my family, and just seeing how these men and women put their lives on the line for this country, a country that they come back and can't get good health care or housing. See a lot of homeless veterans, and I think that's just sad that they could serve a country, but when they get back home, they're not afforded good benefits from that tour of duty. So that would be one area. Gun violence. I think we need to really focus more on gun violence. My family has been affected by gun violence, and we need stricter laws on that. So that would probably be of interest to me, and also, of course, interest things that concern women's rights would be of interest to me, would probably get me more out to the polls or more out into the communities to try to change the climate or the political atmosphere that's around me. So thank you so much for listening and have a great day.